Hey everybody, I'm Denise Smith. Welcome to All Things Small Business. I've got two great guests for you tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking with Sharon Moore Jackson about government contracting and an exciting event coming up on Monday. But first, we're going to be talking to a very seasoned CEO, a business owner, and what it means to run your own business. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to go tell a friend, tune in, and join the conversation. Hey everybody, welcome back. Again, I'm Denise Smith. This is All Things Small Business. And my first guest is Terry Speigner, CEO of a company called NGEN.
Hi, Denise. Thank you for the
invitation. Terry. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, let me just back up a second. Just say, we haven't talked in so long, and I know the last time I had you on a television show was back on the Pulse on CTV, where you talked about cybersecurity and cybersecurity issues and things that businesses and even individuals needed to be aware of. But tonight, and I know, so my last show, I talked with someone else who was also in the IT firm, but I asked you to come on because I know that you have been very successful. You've owned your business a lot longer. So can you just tell me what it is you do and about your company?
Sure. We are in our 29th year in business. NGEN is the name of our company, and we are a managed service provider. What that means is in the IT realm, we are the outsourced IT department to small and medium-sized businesses. And we also support state, local, and education and the federal government entities. So we have essentially 5 buckets of business that we support, which gives us a great diversity across our business line so that if any one of those has a down cycle, it's a pinch to us. It's not an amputation. As a managed service provider, we do the tier 1 to tier 3 help desk support for our customers, cybersecurity services, cloud services, data center hosting, network engineering. So our typical customer would be a law firm, architectural firm, healthcare providers, any professional services company who wants to primarily focus on their customers, and they leave the IT to us. So they outsource their entire IT department to NGEN.
Okay, so 29 years. Well, first, I mean, now let me just ask you, 29 years is a long time, okay? You just gave a whole lot of information. And the way that you explained it, I loved it, because the IT field I mentioned before on my last show is like a foreign language to me. And you just explained it in a way that I could actually understand. So did you always provide all of those services? You said 5 areas that you focused in. Did you start out that way?
No, we started out primarily in just small to medium-sized businesses, for-profits, not-for-profits, foundations, and we gradually moved into local government, and then we gradually moved into federal government and state government, and then finally we moved into the education arena.
And let's back up a bit. to you starting this business? Was this your first business?
This was my first business that I have owned successfully. And there were other businesses I started that were not successful. As a matter of fact, I was had a former partner in NGEN who decided that he wanted to go do other things. So I acquired his stake in the company and became the 100% owner. And that was back in 2004, 2005 time. Yes.
And you've always been a Maryland company?
No, we actually are a DC native founded company, and we are what's called a foreign company in Maryland, which means we're headquartered in Maryland, even though we were not founded in Maryland. We've been headquartered in Maryland and Prince George's County specifically since 2007.
Wow. Okay. And so what made you how did you get to becoming an entrepreneur? What made you want to own your own business?
So, this is something I tell a lot of companies. I personally mentor probably close to 30 to 40 companies. And I tell them all that one thing you'll learn about an entrepreneur is an entrepreneur will work 16 hours a day for themselves, not to work 8 hours a day for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurship is not for everyone,
no.
But it is a thing that has to be a burning in your heart to do, something that you feel you can do better than working for anyone else, that you feel you can have a product or service that only you have a way of delivering that to the customer in such a way that for our company, our motto is we have to make and we want to make our customers feel like they're the only customer we have.
Mm-hmm.
Every last one of them have to come away engaged with us, feeling like, wow, we feel like we are the only customer you have. And we actually get those compliments from our customers and comments from our customers. It's not something we tell them, but when you hear it, you know that you've done your job. So my entrepreneurial journey is what I call a journey. It's not a destination. It's not hey, I'm the CEO, I'm the boss. Now I've reached a level of, I don't have to grow anymore. I don't have to learn anymore. I don't have anything else that I need to know. It's a journey. And once you get to checkpoints in that journey, you move on to the next checkpoint. And it's also an evolution. So being an entrepreneur, you have to have those two mindsets, in my opinion, that it's a journey and it's an evolution. If you're not changing, you're dying. And if you're not, if you think you've reached a pinnacle of success and don't have to do anything else, you're also dying.
Okay. And why do you say that?
Because the world changes.
Why do you say that if you're not itching to do something else, you're not gonna continue?
At one point, we all remember Blockbuster. They had a great business model. They didn't change. Netflix came and made Blockbuster, a thing of the past. A lot of us remember the BlackBerry phones. Yeah, everybody had to have a BlackBerry phone. Everyone had to have an iPod. Everyone had to have a VCR. All these things that everyone had to have, but those companies didn't evolve. They didn't see that if they don't change, they're going to become extinct. And so our whole economy is riddled with businesses that didn't change. We all remember Circuit City. Where's Circuit City now? Where's Radio Shack? So those are just a few examples of businesses that did not evolve and did not change. They reached what they considered to be the pinnacle of success. They reached what they considered to be a destination. They didn't realize that the journey continued.
When I think about that, I see numbers and math and science, all of the things that I know, that it took me 2 years in college to know that whatever I was going to end up doing when I grow up, it wasn't going to involve those things, right? How does a person end up in the IT field? How did you know? Because IT is always behind the scenes, right? Making things run. Correct. So Was IT always your sweet spot?
Yes. Growing up, I was the neighborhood fix-it person, whether it was a radio, whether it was a computer, whether it was the first computer that I ever touched, which was called a Commodore VIC-20, and then the Commodore VIC-64, the Commodore 64. Uh, whether it was a television or anything that was electronic or anything that had technology in it, I was that person that would take it apart, put it together, and oftentimes make it work better than it did when you actually purchased it. So that was something that was always in me, and something that I did, God, from, being, a preteen or actually even younger than that. I was just that person, to put things together, to fix things, to take things apart, put them back together. So it was always in my DNA to do those types of things. Also, what was also in my DNA was making people satisfied, making people happy, and making people feel like you cared about what their issue or concern was. All of that rolls right into business. Any business that only focuses on the how and doesn't focus on the soft skills. The how is the hard skill.
Yeah.
The soft skill is the customer service. Really, a lot of folks that go to certain places. I'll give you an example: the Chick-fil-A model. That customer service at Chick-fil-A is second to none. It's not that
Second to none. Second to none. Is there a patent on that? I mean, somebody else.
It's not that they have the best chicken in the world, but the experience makes you go back there. And that's how our company is. That's our motto, is that we had to transition from focusing on hiring and retaining what we consider to be the smartest technical people in this region as being our employees, and to focusing on, let's find those people who have great customer service savvy. They know how to talk to people. They know how to make people feel good about themselves. They know how not to make you feel stupid because you have an issue. We take those people and we give them the technical skills because they already have a technical know-how, but they also have a customer service know-how. And the differentiation is, I can take the smartest technical person and they have zero soft skills, don't know how to talk to people, and my customers will call me and tell me, if I ever have to talk to that person again, I will take my business elsewhere. So it's a balance for us.
Okay. I guess I've known you for so long, and I'm actually inspired by you because I have such an affinity for entrepreneurship and and helping small businesses and seeing it done right. And I listen to you, and it really just makes me proud, to be honest, to be able to know you. But when I talk about IT and getting things done for other companies, how do you? Well, let me just say this. The reason why I was talking about how proud I am to know you is because, and I'm so excited about entrepreneurship, is because it's an opportunity for you to create jobs for others. How big is your company?
Right now we have, I think, 35 full-time employees. We're past 10 million in revenue. And so we're doing very well.
Yeah.
We're one of the companies that actually grew during the pandemic.
Okay. And so, being that you are a job creator and you don't have just one or two, I mean, over 30, how do you, or what kind of culture have you been able to create for your company over the years, and how did you get there?
Our culture is, again, customer service. We do what we have to do to make sure that we satisfy our customers. We do right by our customers. We run our company based on a high level of ethics. We do what's right in the daylight and in the dark. So our customers, and I tell you, my company, we don't even have business development for real. Our, our customers come to us via word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we've grown our company. That's how we sustain our company.
Mm-hmm.
My salespeople essentially are folks who, for the most part, respond to incoming customers who say, "Hey, I used to work at ABC company. I moved to XYZ company. Now I want to bring you with me." Or
Mm-hmm.
we have an issue with our technology, and we were referred to you by ABC company.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we've grown our business over the years. And oftentimes that word of mouth um, advertising, we can't even keep up with that sometimes.
Okay. Okay. You toot your own horn there, Terry. Toot it.
Hey, no, it is,
Yeah.
that's the best type of clients to get, those who are coming from an endorsement from another client.
Yes, absolutely. That is the best advertisement that you can have. Can you talk about a specific challenge as it pertains to owning the company that you had to overcome and how you overcame it?
Huh.
And I'm specifically talking about running the actual business.
Oh, running the business. uh, there's a couple things. One is you really need to get to know your business. You need to get to know your numbers. You need to
Mhm.
get to know the financial aspect of your business. Um, any owner who doesn't know enough about their financials, even to get into their financial system to see what the health of their business is
Mhm.
an owner that is getting ready to, one, be robbed. Number
Mhm.
two, have cash flow issues, because if they're not on top of their numbers, if you're not waking up every day checking your bank account to see what transactions came through, and
Mhm.
understanding why those transactions came through, because you know each and every one of your customers and you know each and every one of your vendors. So
Mhm.
nothing should be coming through that you're not aware of.
Mhm.
If you're not staying on top of your credit worthiness as
Mhm.
a business owner, you're going to be in trouble. If you're not staying on top of managing your customers' expectations and your staff's expectations,
Mhm.
regardless of what you are from a personality trait, whether you're introvert or extrovert, what I call I am definitely an introvert, very introverted. However,
Really?
as a
Yeah.
business owner and as an entrepreneur, I have to become a situational extrovert. So I have to do what I have to do to make it do what it needs to do. And
Mhm.
you can't put yourself in a box. You have to be
Mhm.
able to multitask, and you have to be able to be multi-talented. Um, so my biggest challenge has been learning to manage and understand my numbers. Once I got it, no one could tell me anything at that point. Having a large enough company as you grow and evolve to create separation of duties. I don't have a person who put my invoices into my accounting system also cut the checks. And I don't have the person who pays the vendors also send out the invoices to my customers. So you separate those things, and then I'll have a third party who may be my external bookkeeper who will come in and do something else totally different. So I have no one point of anyone being able to do everything from the financial aspect of my business. So there's a lot of things that folks can do and learn over time. That's why I mentor probably close to 40 companies, is because I want to teach them those things that I had to learn the hard way.
You mentioned a lot. You gave a lot of really valuable advice. About things that you don't, if you don't have a handle on them, your business could be headed in the wrong direction. But it was a lot. So how does one person manage all of that?
You don't.
Okay.
Part of the evolution of an entrepreneur is getting to the point where you're working on your business versus working in your business. So you get enough people that you can trust and that are trained to be better than you on doing certain things in your business. I can't touch every aspect of my business anymore, even if I wanted to. Um, you know, You got to get a board of directors, whether it is an external board or some type of advisors who you can bounce things off of and get advice. And the preference should be advisors who have also been or also currently CEOs, because they know your language, they know your pain, and they know where you're coming from. But no one person can do everything. You got to get people around you that you can trust to do those things that they do better than you. The smartest entrepreneur is the person who's going to hire people who are smarter than them and is better than them at doing those things that need to be done to operationally run the business. One of my proudest points right now is that we've evolved as a business to the point where my customers are doing business with NGEN. They're not doing business with Terry Speigner.
Okay.
What that means is think of Apple Computer and Steve Jobs. We all know that Steve Jobs passed away. Did Apple Computer die? No. Apple Computer makes more money than it's ever made. Ray Kroc. Many people don't know that Ray Kroc was the owner of McDonald's. Nobody ever saw Ray Kroc make a hamburger. Ray Kroc has been dead 30 years. McDonald's continued to grow. So you got to have your business set up and evolve to a point where it is not based around a personality. It's based around process. And the process is what gives your business value. So that if anyone ever decides to make an offer to buy your company, they're not going to give you a whole lot of money if they feel that if the CEO leaves, the business crumbles.
What's happening with NGEN in what's next for you guys? What's next for us is to continue the journey, continue the evolution, continue the process by which clients who are coming to us now, oftentimes, I'm not even part of that acquisition process. That's the thing that really makes our business strong, is that my staff are now bringing in clients without me having to be involved. It's to continue that process, to continue that evolution, and to continue to reach out and help others, to understand the entrepreneurial journey, and to understand their why. If you don't understand your why as a business owner, you probably need to go and be an employee somewhere. Okay, so the last time we did talk, you did give some tips on cybersecurity issues. Anything happening around that area that you need to know about? I know they got a whole lot, right?
Oh, yeah. Cyber issues has not changed. The weakest link is still the people. It's people clicking on things. It's people being phished. It's people receiving emails. It's people answering phone calls from someone who says they're from Microsoft, or they're from the IRS, or they're from, Dell, and they're from Apple, and your computer is generating these, this information that looks like it's bad, and they need to remote in. It's people falling for those little things. Those are how most of your cyber issues happen. So the more that people train themselves to look for the telltale signs of, do I click on this text message I got from someone that I don't even know who it is? No, just delete it. Do I respond to this email that's, says that my Verizon phone bill is blah, blah. Well, you don't even have a Verizon. You have AT&T. Why are you going to open that email? You just got to look at those telltale signs. So if individuals get better at understanding what to and what not to do, you will eliminate about 80% of the cyber issues.
Okay. Is there anything else you want people to know about NGEN or Terry Speigner?
Well, I would rather them know more about NGEN.
Okay. There you go, right? It's not business. It's not personal. It's business.
It's not personal. It's business, because so NGEN goes, so does Terry continue to smile. As a matter of fact, this year was I think the fourth year in a row that we've been named one of the top 500 managed service providers in IT in North America. That's
Awesome.
Canada, and essentially Canada and the United States.
Wow.
And we're also listed as one of the top 250 tech elite companies in North America. So we're proud not only to be in those list of best IT companies, we're even more proud that we're headquartered in Prince George's County and can consider one of the best in North America.
Well, Terry Speigner, thank you so much for taking your time out to talk with me today and to be here. And thank you so much for the great advice.
Oh, Denise, thank you for the opportunity. Have a great evening.
Okay, you too. Wow, what a great interview. And I'm so excited to get to my next guest. But if you are interested in learning more about NGEN, you can go to their website, NGEN.com. You can always Google them and find out what they're up to. So my next guest, Sharon Moore Jackson. She is the president and strategist of SM Jackson Government Business Solutions. I worked with her for a period of time in the county, and I can tell you she is one of the biggest advocates for small businesses and minority companies in the county and in the state of Maryland, and always was a pleasure to work with. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Sharon.
Thank you for the opportunity. Congratulations on your new show.
Thank you so much. This is something new for me, and I'm always happy to highlight or spotlight small business owners in Prince George's County and the state of Maryland and the District of Columbia, in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I'm a big fan of people who, I like to think of entrepreneurs as people who take their lives into their own hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is, tell me about SM Jackson Government Business Solutions.
Okay. Well, SM Jackson is Sharon Moore Jackson. It's SM Jackson Government Business Solutions. It's a consulting company that specializes in supplier diversity and inclusion, compliance, outreach, community engagement. And it's all of the experience I've gained working in this environment for over 30 plus years when I worked in the state of Maryland, in the governor's office, and worked in Prince George's County at the Board of Education as their minority business administrator, and of course working with you in the county with supplier development and diversity. All of that information and all of that knowledge that I've gained just working in those two separate entities, the county as well as the state, has given me the opportunity to start my own business. And I'm very excited about that, because listening to your first guest, he's absolutely right. You know, entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but when you're ready and you know that you have that passion and desire to help others, then this is the next level for me.
Absolutely. So, so how long have you been in business, and what steps did you take to even start? Because, you know, we are the experts, right? You're the expert. You know about all of this stuff and what it takes to run a business and what it takes to even get into the government contracting arena. What steps did you take to start your business, and what projects are you working on now?
Well, you know, it was something that I thought about it while I was working with the county and giving advice and consulting on the job. And I realized that I put the time in, I was ready to start something new. And you know when you're ready. And so the step that I took was I retired. And I had so many relationships and contacts as a result of working 35 plus years in the government space, that it gave me an opportunity to connect with individuals and organizations who wanted the types of services I would be providing, specifically minority business enterprise consulting and diversity and inclusion. And so initially I was just an independent contractor. And when people realized that I was retired, they said, no, you don't need to be retired. You still have something to give. And so I was approached by some colleagues, and we did some things. I did some writing for a while. And then I was approached by Clark Construction, which I was very, very honored and surprised. And to work on the hospital project in Largo, Maryland, to be their MBE compliance officer. And that project has yielded exceeding the goals on all of the mandated requirements on the project. I completed the project in October of 2020, but I'm still working with them because they asked me to stay on board. That's relationship, and that is a demonstration of the work that I have done all these years, realizing that your reputation in doing excellent work is something that people will actually remember and pay you for. And so what was your next question?
I'm sorry. I was sitting up. You couldn't hear me, could you?
No, I could not.
Oh, okay. So I guess when I have you on the full screen, my audio goes out. I was just saying that is huge. Congratulations. That is awesome. I mean, you're doing it right when people ask you to stay on. So that was it. I was asking, did you put out a press release? Because that is huge news.
Well, Clark did put out a press release as it relates to the exceeding the goals on the project. And I was ecstatic because it just showed the commitment and the utilization of local and minority businesses in the county. And I was very glad that we were able to exceed those goals. That's great.
That's great. So, and I'm glad that you brought that up. What were the goals and how much and how far were they?
Oh, the goals were like the county MBE goal was 35% goal, and we were 78%. The local business goal was 25%. We were 78%.
Wow.
The local business, county-based business, 15% goal. We were 67%. And the CMBE goal was 10 to 15%. That was aspirational, and we were 13%.
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm so, this is a perfect segue into, what the main stay of what we're supposed to be talking about here tonight.
Yes.
Because you just talked about the benefits of
relationships.
What we're going to be training on Monday. So we're going to be giving a training on Monday, March 15th. As part of the Bi-County Business Roundtable. Can you talk about that? And let's get into that.
Absolutely. The Bi-County Business Roundtable is an organization that was created by Daryl Barnes. It's about 5 years old. I serve as the vice chair. We're going to be hosting a webinar on this Monday. And there's no cost to anyone to participate, but your time is money. And so we're asking people to register online to participate in this webinar, which we're calling, and I have to look at my flyer, Sustaining Your Business While Navigating COVID-19. And, that title is a lot because we're saying, COVID-19 has been a challenge for everybody, whether you're in business or not.
Yeah.
But this government, local government, federal government, state government still have to operate.
Yeah.
We need viable vendors to provide the goods and services. We need them to be certified. I know that you're going to be talking about the certification process and the value of that. And I'll be talking about, I'm going to give them a little tease about the strategies that one can use for navigating how to do business with the federal, state, local governments. And this transfers into private sector as well. We want people to understand that just because we're in a crisis doesn't mean that we don't need your services and your products. And so how do you overcome that? And so we want them to be on the webinar so that they can get the information, to learn how to maneuver and to, build up their bottom line so that they don't go out of business. We want them to either start a business, expand their business, or maintain their business.
Yes. And while you're starting or after you've started, become certified.
Absolutely.
And so my part of the event is going to be talking about what that process looks like, what certification, because there are different categories that you would qualify for, and what it takes to become a certified company, and the benefits.
Absolutely.
Because you just mentioned, I mean, with the hospital alone, those goals, those numbers are outstanding.
And it's a team effort. I had the pleasure of working with an organization that's committed to the utilization of local small and minority businesses. So it was not just we have to meet a goal. This is in their mission. This is their vision. This is their culture to utilize minority businesses across the board. I was just fortunate enough to have businesses that was in this region that I could identify and get them certified for those who were not certified, to help them understand that in order for you to participate and in order for us to be able to count that participation toward the project, you need to be certified. And that certification is used not only in Prince George's County, but in the state of Maryland and private sector. So there are multiple purposes for seeking that certification. I didn't get any resistance when people realized there was money attached to that.
And what I guess what I'm trying to get to is, when businesses come or development projects come into the county, and in the past there have been trouble or meeting specific numbers or goals, and a lot of it was attributed to, we don't have enough businesses in the county with the capacity to work on these projects.
Mm-hmm.
So looks and sounds to me like the hospital project and Clark Construction kind of proved that theory wrong. Is that right?
Absolutely, because we had the benefit of not only using county-based businesses that are certified by Prince George's County, but also certified by the state of Maryland. And if they were certified by the state of Maryland, but were not certified by the county, they were strongly encouraged to seek that certification as well, so that we can count both categories.
Yeah. So, what do you say to, what do you say to someone who says, well, I can't find the companies? What do you tell them?
My first question is, where are you looking?
Mm-hmm.
Because unless it's something that is really state of the art that no one has done before, it's new, then given the times that we're living in, there are so many companies that are doing an array of things. Your first panelist talked about the IT realm and how that has expanded.
Right, Terry.
Gone are those days where we can't find people that are minority businesses that can provide IT services, and that's a broad field. So when people say we can't find minority businesses, I'm asking again, where are you looking? What category of work are you looking for? Let me help you identify, because if you can't find them, perhaps the resource partners that I have a database that will help you satisfy that need. And that's the beauty of working collectively with others, because you can't do this in a vacuum. We've been doing this too long. You know this, that in order to make a difference, we're touching people who are doing the same work that we're doing. They have the same targeted audience. And so if my database does not reflect the need that they're looking for, quite naturally, I'm going to look out to my resource partners and say, do you have any companies on your list that can provide this product and or service? And if so, please provide that name, and I can send it over so that we can vet it.
And so how does the training that we're giving on Monday fit into situations like this?
This training is so.
And by the way, if you see down at the bottom, the banner that's scrolling down, talking about
yes, this training is needed, because oftentimes when there's opportunities for small minority participation, and people don't show up, and either they don't show up because they feel they can't do it, or they heard about it last minute, the timing wasn't good, or they feel that, it's already given to someone else. We want them to be prepared. And in preparation means that if you have the information, you're empowering yourself to go after opportunities, whether it's in the state of Maryland, Prince George's County, or even if it's a private sector working on a government job. Having the right tools in place before the opportunity presents itself gives you that leverage to strengthen your portfolio, to present yourself to a teaming partner for consideration. You're selling yourself as a value add. And when you sell yourself as a person who has the expertise, the capability, the track record, and oh, by the way, I can help you meet those goals on the project because I'm certified with the county, I'm certified with MDOT, I'm certified with a host of other regional jurisdictions that meet the requirements that you're looking for. You look favorable to the persons who are looking to build their team. Now you have to be able to perform, no doubt, but you bring a stronger package to the table when you can present your credibility and then have the bonus of being certified on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certification is a wonderful thing. It actually opens the door to the world. I like to say it opens the door to the world of government contracting.
It does.
And it's free, and the purpose of it, or the use or leverage, is to level the playing field.
And oftentimes, I know you heard this, and I continue to hear this, the amount of documentation vendors will say that they have to submit in order to comply with the regulation. Well, in order to participate, you have to go by the rules of engagement. If you don't provide the documentations to participate, then you're saying that I don't want to play in this field. And so, you have to determine whether or not the contracting realm and the certification process is something that you want to do. And if you look at your competitors and you look in the directories to see who's certified in the areas that you're doing, you'll realize that there's opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, because 9 times out of 10, if it's something that you're selling, the government is it's a good chance that the government is buying it.
They're buying everything.
And this works for government as well as, and you said this before, you touched on this, it works for government and private or the commercial opportunities as well.
Absolutely. They have supplier diversity programs in these private sector organizations where they're looking for vendors who can meet their goals and provide the goods that they're looking for. So certification is not just for the government, it's for private sector as well.
Correct. Yes. And so this event on March 15th, it's not even that long.
No, 1 hour of your time.
1 hour of your time.
Where you will get information, and you'll get information about the organization, where they'll talk about the membership, and the membership has rewards. But the takeaway is every month we are looking to have training programs that will help provide the assistance that small and minority businesses so desperately need in order to make their businesses run much more efficiently and to sustain their businesses.
And is this organization targeting startups or businesses who've already been in business?
It is open to anyone who is interested in the business concept of what we're offering. If you're a startup, if you're looking to start a business, what better way to get the guidance that you would get from experts who will tell you the do's and don'ts. If you're already in business and you've been having some challenges because of COVID or other things, there are experts that will be tackling a host of subject matter that will help you. And if you've been in business for a long, long time, there's something that, we can share that will help you grow your business even larger.
Absolutely. Well, let's go back to SM Jackson Government Business Solutions.
Okay.
Who else have you worked with? Because this, I'm assuming that Clark, when you started out, was your biggest client. How have you
Yes.
been able to venture out? Are there other projects on the horizon?
There are other projects on the horizon. I'm still working with Clark on another project. I've also am on a team for a project they haven't won yet, but I'm on a team for another project, and I'm excited about that. On the smaller scale, I do a lot of training, specifically helping people understand how to navigate the certification process and help them complete it. I do a lot of speaking engagements, but there's one big project that I'm waiting to get the okay on once we hear that they won that project.
Okay. We'll look to hear. We'll look for the press release out.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to Monday. I'm excited. I love talking to business owners, and and the best thing about this is it's free. It's 1 hour. Where do people go to sign up for the event?
I would tell your listeners to go to www.bcbroundtable.com. Click on the events calendar and register.
Okay. All right. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I'm going to see you on Monday. We're going to see you guys on Monday. And you're going to get a wealth of information all within 1 hour of your time. And then you can go back to work and focus on your business.
Yes. Thank you. I promise you, it'll be time well spent.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Denise.
All right. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. All right. You heard it right there. Sharon Moore Jackson and myself will be presenting at a training that is hosted by the Prince George's County, the Bi-County Business Roundtable. And you just go to the website, bcbroundtable.com, and you'll find the event there. You register today. It is free. And you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat because government contracting is the way to go. So that's going to be my show for today. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm Denise Smith. I'm the host of All Things Small Business. And we're here every Thursday at 6 p.m. And so if you make sure that you, I want to thank both of my guests also, Terry Speigner from NGEN, as well as Sharon Moore Jackson from SM Jackson Government Business Solutions. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, we'll be back here again next Thursday at 6 p.m. Make sure you follow me on all of my social media because I will be giving updates on everything that we talked about here, everything that we learned about here from entrepreneurs, different trainings and different advice to help the small business owner. So again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.